Welcome to the Soulfire Podcast, where every day we talk about real life, real shit, real raw. On this show, you can expect us to dive deep into topics like marriage, parenting, money, business, feeling like you want to give up, fighting for yourself, just straight soul healing. This podcast is all about life. Hey there, it's Power Coach Alicia here, your source of fun, funny, exciting, entertaining, and educational life coaching, transformational speaking, and soul healing. We're talking about setting your soul on fire. I specialize in helping women put themselves first without feeling guilty, getting out of their own way, and finding themselves again. No fluff, no hand-holding, no bullshit here, just love, light, and peace as we journey through this thing called life. This is another special episode that I wanted to bring to you from my Facebook community and my Daily Spirit of the Soul live show, because it's all about releasing the pressure and stopping the internal battles. And it's such a powerful session that I did inside that community that I wanted to share it with you. I know that I have the commercial in each of my podcast episodes to join me inside of my life coaching community, my soul healing community. So if you're not in there, you definitely should be. And all you got to do is go to community.thesoulhealingzone.com. It's free. So head on over there and join really quick, and then come back and listen to this episode. So without further ado, we're going to jump in. Hello there, it's Power Coach Alicia. Welcome to the Daily Spirit of the Soul show. We are continuing on the Soul's Compass, which is our theme for fourth quarter, and we are shifting into the topic of renewal from within. Today we are talking about releasing the pressure and internal battles. We are on day 28 and 29 in your spirit guide. Woo! Yes, your spirit guide is chock full of soul healing. You have a quote every day, a lesson every day, a journal prompt, space to write, and an affirmation every single day. These are in stock and shipping daily. Just shout out guide in the comments and I will get you the link. The 2024 Journey of the Soul calendar is coming along beautifully, right on track. And that's available for pre-order. So you can just shout out Journey in the comments. It is literally designed to help you heal your soul every single day. I want you to think of this spirit guide like a daily spiritual devotional book for your soul. And I want you to think of the 2024 Journey of the Soul calendar, the actions that you're taking to create lasting change and to give you new tools and processes to use to heal your soul and really align yourself. So with that, just shout out Journey in the comments. Yes. All right, let's jump in. Oh, I want to mention, if you'd like to jump on a free soul healing session where I create a roadmap for you that helps you transform your pain into power in 30 days or less, all you need to do is shout out healing in the comments and I'll get you the link to book that session as well. All right, our quote for release the pressure is: in the process of releasing self-imposed and external pressure, we rediscover the true essence of ourselves. A being unburdened by the weight of expectations. So, your lesson. Releasing the weight of self-imposed and external pressure is a transformative lesson in self-compassion and liberation. Why do we always say that? Because everything that you're doing when you're intentional and active about it, it is an act of self-love, self-compassion, and liberation. It's freeing you from the heaviness and the burdens. It's also an acknowledgement of the burdens we carry and a decision to step into the lightness of being, to step into the power that those burdens have, right? Because there's duality to everything. When we let go of the expectations, judgments, and demands, both from within and from others, our minds find peace and our bodies relax. Our bodies relax and our souls rediscover their authenticity. That's another thing that you've heard in these last two subtopics. You've heard authenticity more because it's about really stepping into that and connecting with that. Releasing the pressure becomes an act of self-love and a commitment to living life authentically. Okay, let me pull this up. Say hi to me if you're here. If you're on replay, just shout out replay in the comments. I definitely want to know if you're here live or on replay. So I want you to now shout out in the comments for me what is a pressure? And there's going to be 2 separate comments that I want you to leave. The first comment is, what's a pressure that you feel like is coming from another person or people as like an expectation on you to do? So what's that? You don't have to tell me who it is, but tell me what it is. That way I can help you. Then on the second one, is that the next section? What is an unfair or an expectation that you have of yourself? Okay. And what we're talking about are expectations that others put on you and expectations that you put on yourself that are pressurized, that are like, it's a thought process that puts pressure on you that you must do or act or show no matter what, right? It's an expectation. Now, I call them unfair expectations because healthy expectations don't cause pressure of overwhelm, not good enough, and feeling guilty. Okay, so that's why I call them an unfair expectation. So shout that out in the comments. What's an external pressure expectation that is put on you? And what's an internal? What is something that you are putting on yourself? I want to know that. If you show up and you do this, you'll get the support and help. If you don't, then, you continue to be on your own and dealing with it yourself. So most of the pressure that we feel comes from ourselves. And if it's not from yourself, right? If that pressure isn't from yourself, it's from a belief system that you live by that came a long time ago and you never intentionally decided what was true for you or not. You just were indoctrinated into this belief system and you accepted it. You see, just because you have lived an entire life with a belief system of your parents or religion or whatever it is, right? It could even be politics. Who knows what it is? But just because you've lived in an environment where you've been consistently conditioned to believe something, that doesn't mean that it's true for you. That doesn't mean that you connect with it. It doesn't mean that it is for you anymore. And I think, what I notice that's really big is a lot of you are living by old operating systems. You haven't updated, you haven't upgraded, you haven't anything. And the challenge is because you're living in old operating systems and then you crave that higher level, that peak personal power, that high vibe frequency, that positive personal power. And that's where you want to shift to. You're caught between an old operating system, a new operating system, and this update is going to take a chunk of time. But before you can do the update of your operating system, you got to decide if you want to make that move and if the benefits of this new operating system is actually something that you want. Here's what you can't do. You cannot upgrade to a new operating system while holding on to all the negative beliefs of the old operating system. It comes with letting go of. And we're using operating system as an example because we have our internal operating systems, yeah? And computers are a lot the same. So you have a computer that you have to consistently update or it starts running slow and it gets bogged down and it stops working and it gets frustrating. And so you have to keep updating it so it fixes the bugs and they clean it up and they make it simpler and it runs smoother and it runs faster. It's the same concept with you. Just because you were taught something and there were belief systems and there was this pressure on you to perform and be and show up as a specific person in a specific way when you were growing up and in life or maybe in career or whatever, that doesn't mean that that is true for you now, that that's what you connect with now and that's what you crave and hold on to now. You've got to decide, as I always say, hey Cindy, what is true for you? What's true for you? Now, who are you now? What are your belief systems now? How do you want to show up now? Or how do you show up now? Where's your power now? Hey, Michelle, where are those things, right? I would say 99% of people women have so much pressure on their shoulders because they are forcing themselves to operate in an old system Because they believe they have to. But when you ask them why, they don't know. Why do you have to perform in that old operating system? It's either, well, I don't know. If I don't do it, who will? Well, I'm the one that always does it. And if I don't, it doesn't get done, right? There's all of these energies behind it, these belief systems, these old operating thought processes that you have decided that that's the way that it is. And we talked about this the other day. If you die today, who's doing it? So a lot of these pressures are things that are fake. A fake sense, and this is what I mean, not the actual pressure itself, but your belief around it. It's a fake sense of purpose. If I don't do it, who will? I have to do this. So you give yourself this weird fake sense of purpose. I really need chapstick, and I don't know where the hell my chapstick is, people. Ugh. Okay. I guess we'll put on purple lip gloss that doesn't match anything, because I need something on my lips. Anyways. I guess it matches because it's Halloween, right? Tomorrow. You guys, I'm totally granimaling it right now. I don't match. I have horizontal stripes up top and vertical stripes on the bottom. I don't give a fuck. I am loving every minute of this getup. I'm just saying. Okay. I know my lips probably look weird. I don't care. I needed something on them. All right. Let me look at comments really quick. Linda says, living with a controlling, unreasonable person. Okay, but I want you to get deeper than that, right? That's like a surfacey, okay, this is my problem. No. What's a pressure? What is one pressure that is coming from that? And I don't want it to be a pressure that's going to dissipate once he leaves. What is a pressure right now, an expectation right now that you're struggling with, right? That's really affecting you, okay? That causes overwhelm, that causes disconnection within you, that causes, turmoil in your soul. That's what you're looking for. Okay. So come back and I want you to go deeper. When you're doing any sort of soul work, when you're reading a question, you're being asked a question and you're doing work. When you answer those questions at a high surfacey level, not going deep like a mind level, there won't be the transformation. There won't be the breakthroughs because you're stopping at a level that those things don't happen in. So you need you to go way fucking deeper and get way more clear on what it is for you, right? All right. So Linda also says internal, to get up and do my day, to wake up my brain, but I think it's a good internal pressure. Okay. So when you're talking about, what we're talking about today is releasing pressure. So there is good pressure. And I believe and I agree that is good pressure. So we're talking about internal pressure. We're talking about what are things that you pressure yourself to do, or belief systems that you pressure yourself to live by that feel disconnected and crazy making, but you feel uncomfortable shifting them because there always been something that you believed in. It's just like choose one thing that you find is a pressury sort of energy of something that is starting to kind of rock you opposed to feel connected. All right. So that's what you're looking for on internal pressure. If it's good internal pressure, hold on to that, love it, all of that sort of thing. Liz says, haha, I avoid updating because I updated once and the update alert was actually a virus. Now I'm scared to update. I mean, that's one way to look at it. Was it an actual virus? Was it where you needed to be in order to learn what you needed to learn, right? We always will be given the same lessons over and over and over and over and over again until we learn them. So was it a lesson from a different angle because you haven't learned the lesson all the times it was presented in a different way, right? Always think of duality. My rising sign is a Libra. A Libra is the sign of the scales. Now a Libra is about balance, right? Both sides of the situation, both sides of the emotions, both sides of the argument, both sides of the human, both sides of the mind, both sides of everything. And your rising sign or your ascendant sign is how you show up in the world and how the world views you, right? So you'll hear me talk a lot about duality. You'll hear me say, oh, that's one way to look at it because there's two sides to that. And the more that you can harmonize the duality of all the different thought processes you have, the stronger your personal power will be, the easier it will be to stand in it, and the easier it will be to protect it. So you want to be looking at the duality of situations and really step into and embrace that. Because if you don't, then the way your mind works is you hold on to that and you don't want to make those decisions again because you don't want to have the same result. And the truth is if you look at the duality and also the other side of what you got from that, then you can go, okay, well, if it ends up being a shit show, I at least know that I will blank. I at least got this from it. I at least connected with myself that way. I at least grew in this way. Now, if the decision that you made, right, that updating and upgrading your software got you stuck, that isn't an upgrading problem, an updating problem. That's an inaction problem. That is a reactive, proactive problem, right? So also, be very mindful of not making decisions because you don't want to end up with the same result when you ended up with that result because of something else. And in this case, it would be an inaction if you got stuck, right? So if you got stuck there and you didn't move and let's say for you, hi Shanae, that it might have been, stuck with a partner that you didn't want. That's because you stopped. You stopped paying attention. You stopped taking action. You stopped doing for you, or you didn't go in and do the work and ask yourself the hard questions and take hard actions. Be very, very, very mindful of, as you step into releasing the pressure, you've got to be extremely honest with yourself and look at the duality of the situations. Look at the duality of the decisions that you made. Look at the duality of who you are and how you've grown and what it's given you. Yeah, there's going to be situations where you get the shit and you get the hard, but in the shit and the hard, what did you get out of it? What did you learn from it? And how is that now a part of your life, and how part of it you operate, and how is it now a part of your personal power? Duality is everything. So if you guys want the spirit guide, you don't have one, Linda, yours is shipping today. We do have them in stock. They are broken down into 4 parts. You have your quote, your lesson, your journal prompt, a big space to write, and then your affirmation. It looks small on the screen over here, but because this is 8.5 by 11, you can really see it. So this is the Q4 spirit guide. It goes from October to December. We'll have a new spirit guide for Q1 that's all about reviving your soul. Hey there, beautiful soul. I wanted to take a second and invite you to my free Love and Light community, a place where we come together to find solace and support on our shared journey through life's ups and downs. In our loving community, we understand that life can sometimes be a challenging and winding road, and that's why we've created a space where you can find healing, encouragement, and a sense of belonging. Here, we embrace one another with open hearts and open arms, knowing that together we are stronger. It's like a beacon of light in the darkness, a place where you can freely express your emotions, share your stories, and connect with others who have walked similar paths. We believe in the power of love to heal, and we are here to walk this journey with you, hand in hand. No matter where you are in your life's journey, whether you're seeking comfort, inspiration, or simply a sense of community, you are welcome here. Together, we will navigate life's challenges and celebrate its joys, spreading love and light every step of the way. So join us in our Love and Light community, and let's heal together as we continue this beautiful journey through life. Just go to community.thesoulhealingzone.com. Again, that's community.thesoulhealingzone.com. So that is going to be beautiful after the holidays and the winter sets in, the seasons of the soul, how you feel inside. So that's powerful as well. But for now, we're in the soul's compass, charting the course of your soul, telling you where to go in the path that you're on. And we're doing that each and every day in this daily, mostly daily, Spirit of the Soul show. So shout out guide in the comment if you want access to this. Your 2024 Journey of the Soul calendar is on pre-sale, or pre-order, I should say. And that is created to really help you shift into the next level version of you. So the very first thing you do in the Journey of the Soul calendar is you bless and release 2023. You give it all of the love and all of the positive power and energy for your growth, your lessons, the hard times, the great times, all of it. So we bless and release 2023. Then we set up 2024 really strong. Because when you are intentional, you are proactive. And so when you're proactive, you are really setting good forces and energy ahead of you to have the best days, weeks, months, and years that you ever have had. And so we start out the 2024 Journey of the Soul calendar that way. Then what happens is every single month, And every single day, you have different daily soul actions you can take. And there is such an array of them in all different spectrums to help you connect with your soul. There is a monthly ritual that you can do to connect and really clear things out or protect or transform or find peace or happiness or bring in money. I mean, all different sort of blessings and rituals. We have a book of the month. We have a quote of the month. It's such a powerful calendar. I cannot wait for it to come out. One thing I will tell you is it's not a planner. All right. It is a calendar. It's a guide. There isn't space in there for you to shove a whole bunch of shit in there that doesn't really matter, because this is all about your soul. It's not about your business. It's not about your life. It's not about work. It's not about your partner. It's not about your kids. This calendar is designed for you to help you heal your soul. So just shout out Journey in the comments if you want access to that. And then I do have a couple of spots open for a soul healing session. And that is where we take you through the steps to transform your pain into power and set up your roadmap, your guide and focus and future of where you are going. And it's custom designed for you. So if you want a free soul healing session, just type healing in the comments. All right, Linda says, okay, internal pressure, fear of independence, external pressure, things I took on but don't want to do. Okay. So that's interesting. The external pressure was someone told you, hey, you need to do those things because that's what I expect of you. Okay, I'll take those on. But I don't want to fucking do that. I love that. I feel that. I am connected to that. I accept that for you. So with that being said, look at that and go, okay, in this situation, it's almost done. We're working through it. We're separating. We're moving on our own, and we're going to, build our own lives. And I have that freedom to have the life I want. So now you got to look at this and say, okay, how am I going to protect my power so I no longer take on things that I don't want to do? What's going to be my action? What's going to be my thread, right? Is it your AWC? Is that how you go through it, Linda? And that's how you check in with yourself to see whether or not you're going to take that on. Is it AWC? I don't know. Is it how you feel when the person, people, circumstances are attempting to put that pressure on you? Your inner nudge for good, your ing pops up. You could feel that energy. Is it, where do you feel that? Do you feel it in your head? Do you feel it in your heart? Do you feel it in your stomach? For me, I feel everything in my stomach. And so whatever is going on there, if I don't feel anything, boom, I know move. But if I feel that angst, my answer is no. So where are you at in your soul connection and journey? Is it a feeling that you can go by, or does it need to be more active where you ask yourself the questions through the AWC? But from there, if you take this because you've stepped into this and you made this decision in the past and you learn this lesson by remembering that soul alignment and checking in with yourself before you make those decisions, you now have a check and balance with yourself so you don't end up in this situation again, right? If you guys don't know who I am Power Coach Alicia, soul healer, author, and speaker, and I specialize in helping women break free from the depression, the anxiety, the diagnosis, the physical pain, the perpetual therapy, and helping you step into your power, stand in your power, and protect your power every single fucking day. And I do that by teaching you how to shift, align, and expand through your soul healing so that you can find that badass bitch that you once were. Because my soulmate client, she's independent as fuck. She knows that she either was once a fucking badass that just blazed trails in her own life, in her own right, in her own way, or she knows that that's what she's destined for, and either way doesn't know how to rekindle and respark that, or how to find that in her. That's what I do. I reach in you and I give you all the strength that I have from me to you so that you can find your worth, so that you can step into your power, so that you can shift, align, and expand. So if that's what you're looking for and you're ready to step into that, you are in the absolute right place. And I am so freaking glad that you are here. Linda also says, internal pressure is that fear of independence. Okay, so look at this. Tony Robbins says, whatever you fear, go all the way to the end. What's the worst that can happen in what you fear? Go all the way to the end of that, the worst possible thing, the worst way that it looks, the worst way that it feels, how bad it can be. And then ask yourself, what would I do if I got in that situation? And then once you do that, let go of that fear because you already know what will happen and it will diminish that fear so fucking fast because you realize if that worst thing actually happens, this is what I'm going to do and I'm going to be all right. So take yourself all the way there and then make the decision of what you're going to do when you're there. What is that? That's intentional action of being proactive, right? So instead of just sitting in the fear of being on your own and having that independence and then having the world just give you and life give you whatever the fuck it gives you and you react to it every step of the way, way. You go, okay, along this journey, here's the things that can happen. Here's the shit that could come up. Here's the bullshit that I could go through. Here's what I would do every step of the way if that happens. I'm going to be all right. And then you just shift and you come back to present. Listen, one of the biggest things that causes anxiety, depression, being on meds, perpetual therapy is future tripping. Why are we fearing something that is not here yet? Go ahead, acknowledge it. Acknowledge the feelings. Go through the process. Understand, why are you feeling that way? Why are you thinking that way? Have you been on your own before? Have you been an independent motherfucking badass bitch before? Or is this the first time in your entire life you have been independent and ran your own fucking show? Because here's the deal. Your ego will try and tell you, which it is right now, that you're scared of being independent. But if you tell that ego bitch to shut the fuck up because you've been there before and you've got this and you're stronger than you've ever been, you're more powerful than you've ever been, and you're going to do this damn thing better than you've ever done it, it's a whole different ball of wax. Your ego will make you believe something that is not true to keep you stuck and safe. Have you ever been an independent badass before? Yes or no? Because if you have, that's a bullshit fear of your ego trying to keep you small and keep you safe. Period. All right, journal prompt for releasing the pressure. Reflect on the pressure you've placed on yourself and those external sources that have placed upon you. How have these expectations affected your mental state? What physical sensations do you notice when you're burdened by pressure? On a soulful level, how has it impacted your sense of authenticity and joy? Write about the effects of releasing pressure, both self-imposed and external, and explore ways to nurture your overall well-being. Great space right here in your spirit guide to write through this, right? And to go through this and to answer this and to dive deep. Here's another thing that I will say. Listen, when I talk about it's not guilt, it's not that I don't believe in guilt. I believe that guilt is the surface feeling and you're not diving deeper to figure out what the truth is because the world tells you that you're feeling guilty and that's why, and done. The world tells you that the guilt is the absolute and the fucking period. It's not. It's the beginning of your feelings. That's the alert system saying, hey, okay, now work happens. You dig deeper. You figure out what's going on. You do the introspection. You do the work. You ask the questions. You get to the understanding and then you move into action. Guilt is the high. Fear is the high. It is not what is going on. It's not fucking fear. Okay? What's deeper? Well, more than likely, it's attached to last time you were independent and made a decision that made you into a relationship or whatever it was, or a business or whatever. It didn't go the way that you wanted it to, and it ended up being maybe a fucking disaster. So it's not that you fear being independent. What you fear is your decision making when you are independent. So in the future, when the next situation arises like this, that you don't become in the same situation that you're in. So it isn't the fear of independence that is the issue. It's the fear of making the wrong decisions for yourself that will put you back in this godforsaken place that you don't want to be in. Two different things. It's not fear. See, we do this. Oh, it's fear of independence. No, it's actually the fear of commitment, because that commitment brings you back here. Dive deeper into the truth. It's not guilt. It's the space that you feel and the lack of fulfillment that you feel because now you're not giving to everyone else and you're giving to yourself, and it feels weird. It feels off. That's the uncomfortability. Yeah? Hear me. Okay. Affirmation for releasing the pressure. As I release self-imposed and external pressures from my life, I rediscover the true essence of myself, an unburdened being, free from the weight of expectations. I honor my own path and let go of the burdens, embracing a life of freedom, self-love, and authenticity where my mind, body, and soul thrive. And so it is. Stepping into internal battles, which we've actually covered this in retrospection. I don't know. But we've covered this in this, right? That I just described is an internal battle that you're having. Fear of independence, not fear of independence. Fear of not trusting yourself to make a powerful decision for yourself that will land you back in this decision. That is an internal battle. Do I stay or do I go? That is an internal battle. Do I say yes or do I say no? That is an internal battle. Do I step forward or stay comfortable? That is an internal battle. Do I stand in controlling and manipulating and doing whatever I can with things that are outside of my circle of control, which continue to add weight to me and make me crumble underneath this weight? Or do I step forward and say, fuck you, that's your burden, that's your shit, I don't take it on as my own, I release it back to you. It is yours. Do I do the work to release the shit that is other people's back to them so that I can feel free? And so that I can work through those feelings of lack of fulfillment because now I'm not doing and being and holding and working with all of their shit. And so now I feel empty and disconnected and uncomfortable. Or do I keep holding on to their shit because that's where I get my sense of purpose? Internal battle. Do I stay or do I go? Do I rise or do I fall? Do I move or do I stop? Do I move forward or do I move backwards? Do I learn and grow or do I die? That is the internal battle. Am I worth it? Or is everyone more important than me? The quote, amidst the internal battles, we uncover the resilience of the human spirit, a testament to our capacity for growth and self-empowerment. We are going through the daily spirit guide. That's what you guys see me looking at. So if you are just tuning in, we are looking through the daily spirit guide, which comes with a quote, a lesson, a journal prompt, and an affirmation. We do this daily show almost every day, and it's all about the spirit of your soul and going through your soul's compass in fourth quarter, charting the course of your soul so that when we step into the energy of the holidays and the space of first quarter, we are in a new state of our soul, and we are working into, in that state, the revive, the power that comes in the solace. Okay, so if you want access to this guide, shout out guide in the comments. 2024 Journey of the Soul calendar is on pre-order right now and is slated to begin shipping at the beginning of December. Yes, yes, yes. So fucking proud of myself. When you see this calendar, you're going to realize how much work. And please understand, I just decided to do this at the beginning of September. And the idea that I had for the Journey of the Soul calendar is completely different than what, wait, let me rephrase. The original idea I had for the Journey of the Soul calendar has been upgraded. And then the spirit guide for the quarters was born in the middle of it. So in September, I had two brilliant creative ideas at within a week of each other, because I had the soul calendar idea, and then it was morphed into the spirit guide and upgraded into something even more beautiful and better and powerful. And I had to do it all in the middle of football season, in the middle of a 10-day trip, and forgetting how to upload things to fucking Amazon and get them to work. So it's been a very short time. Most people work on their calendar planner systems in the middle of the summer, beginning of the summer, so that they're ready for the fall. So people are working on this in May, June, July, and August, and then they start selling and shipping September, October, November, December, January, February, March. Haha, I started way late, but I don't give a shit. I am a move person. When I feel it, I move and we roll with it. So here we be. Internal battles. Oh, if you want to snag up the calendar, shout out journal in the comments. Internal battles are the struggles we face with our own minds and hearts. A journey marked by profound self-reflection and growth. Yes, dive deep into these internal battles. Ask yourself the questions. When you feel the battle pop up, hey Kathy, when you feel the battle, that feeling pop up inside of you, stop, acknowledge. Yes, understand, and then take action. Those are your steps. Acknowledge, understand, act. Yes, inside my world in the Soul Shift membership and the Expansion Mastermind, in our monthly soul camps and quarterly retreats, I am constantly teaching you how to acknowledge, understand, and act. And we do this in different ways for different things. And we ask different questions and we have more power in the different ways. And so if you don't know how to do this and you're like, oh my God, that sounds so much easier said than done, then step forward and embrace that help and support. Okay. It's the recognition that sometimes the fiercest wars we wage are against our own doubts, fears, and insecurities. The fiercest wars we wage are against our own doubts, fears, and insecurities. The fiercest wars we wage are against our own doubts, fears, and insecurities. In these moments, we have the opportunity to become our own greatest allies, to find strength in vulnerability, and to emerge victorious with newfound self-compassion. However, what happens is not generally, I would say 99% of the time, you don't emerge as your greatest ally and finding strength in vulnerability and victorious with self-compassion. It ends up being a weight that is on you, that is heavy, that is a burden. It ends up adding to the anxiety, the depression, the perpetual therapy. That's where you increase your dosage for your meds, or you change them because they're not working because you're at the highest dose and now your body has adjusted to them and now assimilated them perfectly. So now anything that you were feeling before is now coming back through, so they have to change your meds. Right? So you don't become your greatest ally and find the strength and vulnerability and emerge victorious. You crumble beneath them. And that's why I'm here. Because your internal battles are your sign. Your internal battles is your alert system. It's telling you, hello, pay attention to me. Hello, I need you to understand where I'm coming from so we can work through this. And hello, there's action you need to take that you're not taking. Yes? Okay. Journal prompt. Take a moment to reflect on the internal battle you faced, whether it's self-doubt, fear, or insecurity. How did it affect your mental and emotional well-being? What lessons did you learn from the inner struggle? How did it shape your personal growth? Write about your experience with internal battles and the strength you found within yourself. Because listen, if you can find your strength within yourself in one battle, in this battle, in that battle, you can find it for your future battles. It's the lies of the fear and the guilt and the stuckness and it being too much and too heavy that keep you over here. You see, if you've done it once, you can do it again. So quit looking at things like it's new. It's not a new mode. It's not a new action. It's not a new feeling. It's just a new thing wrapped in a different fucking paper, right? It's just whatever it is the new situation. But however you got through it before, you can get through it again. Unless how you got through it before was succumbing to it and letting it overtake you. And then that's why you're here. Your affirmation is, through the trials of internal battles, I discover the depths of my resilience and self-compassion. I am a testament to my capacity for growth and self-empowerment. With each challenge, I find strength, and with each battle won, I emerge more whole and authentic. Love it. Remember, with your affirmation, say them with power, conviction, passion, right? A smile on your face, powerful fucking energy. Get your body involved and say them 10 times so you can add them to your subconscious, embed them into you, and have them become you. Remember to say yes to yourself more than you say yes to other people. It's always about progress, not perfection, and give yourself some grace. As I've been saying every day, make sure you get over to soulfirepodcast.com where we talk about real life, real shit, real raw. It is my best work. I absolutely fucking love it, and it will change your life. Start at episode 1, go through season 1, go through season 2, and you will emerge so much more strong and powerful just by listening to the podcast episodes. I promise you that. I'm Power Coach Alicia, and we'll see you next time. Thank you so much for tuning in to the Soul Fire podcast. You being here means the world to me, and I'm grateful for the time that you've dedicated to be here. And by consistently showing up, I firmly believe that you will transform your life. I'm so grateful that you subscribed and you continue to share with others, spreading my message far and wide, because together we can reach my mission of transforming the lives of 1 million souls on their healing journey. Now, to provide you even more support on your soul healing journey and address any questions you may have, I would like to invite you to join our soul healing community. Simply visit community.thesoulhealingzone.com. Again, that's community.thesoulhealingzone.com, where you can connect with like-minded women, share your top takeaways, discuss what resonated with your soul, and express your absolute favorite moments from this episode. I can't wait to read them. I'm so freaking excited to create more empowering episodes and continue supporting you. I am sending you so much love, light, and peace as we journey through this thing called life.